Good morning. It's February 24th, 2017. This is the Singer Stylist 776 that I rescued from the Leeward Light thrift store on Route 1 in Salisbury, Massachusetts. And it was in pretty good shape, although it was dirty and it was neglected. So the oil was hardened inside the chassis and it wouldn't turn well. I took the bottom and the top off, cleaned it all out, replaced it with Singer lube where appropriate. On the plastic gears, what I did was I first hit it with this Elmer's Slide-All, which is a silicone lube, and then applied the Singer grease on top of that. I hope that that will lengthen the life of those plastic gears. They're all in good shape right now. The Stylist does not take cams, and it does not have the self-winding bobbin. It has a bobbin winder setup much like other Stylist models and the 237, I think? No, well, anyways, it's in good shape. The bobbin is a 66. Let me slide that out and give you a peek. So the Model 66 bobbins, and it comes with clear ones, so you can see how much is left. It will take all slant shank accessories, including this, the walking foot, which I also use on my 401A and my 778, which I haven't refurbished yet. It has a drop bed. This is why I bought it, because I'm doing some things that require a free arm, and this is just an instant free arm, and it's convertible. I love it. That's really the main selling point. It came with the box of accessories and the instruction book. These are just some of the items that I use when refurbishing. Goo Gone gets most stuff off, nicotine and other gunk. Tri-Flow, which is a very, very good synthetic substitute for Singer sewing machine oil. This is the Norvay Zoom Spout Oiler. It is essentially the same as Singer sewing machine oil. The Elmer's Slide-All, which I told you about, it's a spray lubricant that's really just silicone suspended in an alcohol, and the alcohol just evaporates away. For cleaning, I use 91% isopropyl alcohol and some Q-tips and tissues in a spray bottle like this, and it gets most oil off of most surfaces, and so there we go. And now I will demonstrate some of the stitches this thing has. Now, the dial which has the stitches on it, and this is hard to focus here, I'm going to go a little back. We have one on the right, which is for the stitch length, stitch width, and one above that for left, center, or right positions of the needle. And that will just swing the needle like so. Okay, now, in this dial, we push it in order to turn it to the stitch that we want. Let's try this one here. Line up the design you want between the two, and then so to give it a little jiggle here to set the cam in place. And this is not working here. What do we got here? Okay. Right. So now that we've got that particular design in line, we're going to go ahead and do some simple cotton and just with a straight foot here. Let's try to focus on that. There we go. Set the width wide, and it will make a more spectacular stitch. The stitch length, always set in the fine area. I'm going to go in the tighter end of the fine area, just above the word fine. And here we go. I am on fast setting. Now, again, I've made no other adjustments to the timing or anything. This came right out of the case as you see it. And let's just slip this over to some sunlight and take a look. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that nice? So I'm very pleased with that. The one stitch that this has that others don't have is pretty interesting. I'm going to show it to you in just a second. So once again, the stitch dials are here, and what we're going to do is we're going to select the dotted zigzag pattern, which is this guy right here. It basically just makes zigzagged lines of straight stitches. And now we'll go ahead and set the width to 5 for the most dramatic effect. Now, this does not accept top hat cams. You see the top hat symbol here? It doesn't accept the cams. There is one in here, and it is a number 59. I've opened it up and inspected it and cleaned it, and so the number 59 cam is in there. The number 59 on this machine, in combination with the top hat cam, which will now stretch up to, there we go, there's the top hat cam aligned with the golden line, and now with that in place, it's going to make something very interesting, which Singer calls a semaphore. Okay, so we'll bring the needle up and take that work out, and bring it over here to the sunshine. And just look at that. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, it's puckering in the middle here, and I don't like that. I'll adjust it later. No, that isn't a pucker. That's the thread shadow. Sorry. So, I'm loving the way that works. It makes these little squares and little offset X's, and for finishing things like cuffs and sleeves, I like this because it's not quite as, I don't know, flamboyant as those curves that you see there, but it makes just for an interesting line. You can also do this with twin needles and 2 different colors of thread, and it will make a smaller version of this, with a little bit of a longer footprint, and you can go ahead and set the width to 2 instead of 5 so that you don't bust your needle. But there we go, the Singer Stylist 776.